Hey everybody, it's George Digital again. So this is going to be an update to the uh, GSiteGenie. So before, if you remember, I was building it out so then I would have basically multiples of this one site branching off the money, sort of spread across different pages on your money site versus a single page. Um, with some guidance and with some talking with some other SEO experts, I decided to go more of a PBN route. What that means is that uh, this link that goes to the money page will now have more authority and more power because it will have all these that'll be related feeding into this particular link into the money page. So what I want to show you here is that at the last tier, whatever we decide that it's going to be, you'll have sort of a standard setup, which is going to be your page with a keyword with some random string, and then you're going to be your about us. So each one of these, we see the sort of the darker orange. Each one of these is its own site, right? So right now we have what 2, 4, 6 sites, plus and these feed into these guys and feeds in. But the whole point is that these are going to be related. So all the keywords should be related, but you're going to have a page, keyword 1 and 2, that's going to feed into the main or be part of this main keyword 3. That'll feed back into a keyword 3 that's part of that's ultimately part of a keyword 1, and so on and so forth, right? So it's sort of easy to see it here. It's been a pain to sort of to program this out, but I think I'm there, pretty close. I'm there. So let me show you where I'm at right now in some of the development of this itself. So here we have an example that I'm going to be using. This is my sort of my what I'm going to the script that I'm going to be using a Google Sheet script to build out all of these links and how they link. So right now we have this set to 5 tiers. Let me just do this to 4 just to save some time. But the 4 tiers with three keywords, with the brand being sort of its own special tier. And I'll show you what this looks like. All right, so you see it pumped out 40 rows, and each row is basically its own G site. So we have the first G site, which is just going to be the brand with so remember we had 3 keywords, so each one is going to get its own page, right? So the main 1, 2, 3, and then as we go down, so you have this is it, 3 keywords here. Show you how this will be set up. So so this is the Realtor H6X goes to Tucson Realtor X H6X. So this is going to be pointing up. I know it's probably going to be a little hard to see, but there you go. Maybe that's a little bit easier. So HC6, as this is the realtor keyword going up to this main site based on the other keyword luxury realtor, and it sort of sprawls out to 40. And you notice I have these sort of random strings at the end. The reason why I have the random strings is because Google, you can't just have a view by homes, because that would be just its own site, and that'd be it'd be redundant, and it'd be considered a duplicate URL. Google doesn't like that. It wouldn't be able to be made. So that's why this wouldn't work otherwise. but I have to pre-make these in order to create the structure. And that's what this does. It pre-makes all of these URLs, and then I'll dump all these into, and when I build out the G sites themselves, these will be used as the slugs for the site itself. And then I'll already know what those slugs are. So then it will push the juice up. So let me just show you what it looks like if I bump this up to 5 and give it a few more keywords. So in example, this is just an example, and this does take a little bit of time. I tried it earlier, but you'll see eventually this should at least. Got it running. Is I'll come back to it when it's showing everything. Okay, I'm back. So right now we're running 6 keywords, 5 tiers. It's still working on the 5th tier, just pumping them out, pumping them out, pumping them out. So as you see, we're already at 1,000 plus sites. So, you know, if you tapered it down a little bit and you said, okay, well, I only want to have 4 tiers, right? If you only want to have 4 tiers, because, you know, basically at the end of the day, we don't want to go too deep anyway. We wouldn't go past 5, honestly. Google doesn't like to give juice to the main site past, you know, 4 or 5 clicks anyway. So we're trying to reduce that. So what we'll probably end up doing is doing the 250, basically at the 216 mark, which is the 4th tier. You have 216 at the 4th tier, right? 259 total. And then we would just run this several times. So so here you would have, like I said, the whole 259 going to the one page, but you'd have multiple of these. It wouldn't be just the one. You would have pretty much as many as we want to build out. You know, we could build these out, you know, every so often, say, okay, did it move the needle? Yes, it did. Did it move it enough? No. Okay, let's do this again. Let's build another one. So that's the plan, is to pretty much just have this, you know, again, we probably wouldn't do this many just because of the time constraints, but as you can see, it's still building them. It's going to take a while. It takes a couple of minutes to do this. But again, this is going to be very powerful. Going to have a lot of authority, a lot of related. That's the bigger thing. It's going to be a lot of related content, and these are G sites. So at any given time, if you want to build a link to any of these, you could do Money Robot links, GSA links, dare I say, SAPE links. Probably would stay away from that still. But the idea is that these can take a lot of beating, and the velocity can be pretty high as well. That's sort of the key, is that, you know, the velocity can be high the way you beat these guys up, because the domain is technically google.com. You know, so Google will accept, you know, it's a very powerful domain. You just have to get this related to your site, your brand. And again, these are going to be linking to each other, so they're giving each other power, because Google doesn't know, or Google doesn't keep track of, oh, there you go, 1,555. So again, tier that out, you know, it's a lot. So anyway, back to google.com or sites.google.com. Google loves itself. Google doesn't see this link as part of, you know, say this account. Google just sees the site all by itself, right? It doesn't associate it with the author. It's its own site. So when you link one to the other, It's like, oh, they're linking to each other. They don't see that this is a self-made PBN. Not to mention, arguably, no one else is doing this. So, you know, I don't know how long we'll do this for, how long I'll do it for, how long me and my team will do it for. But you know, if this ends up being too powerful, I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm going to hold it to myself. But you know, if it's good for local, which is pretty much 100%, I'll share it around. But if it's great for something like affiliate, I'll probably shut it down almost instantaneously. Because if it works, why would I share it? At least to that degree. I'll share it if it works for local. If it shares for national, I might keep it to myself. You know, or just start charging an absolute ton for it. So sorry for the new SEOs out there, but you know, you veteran SEOs, come see me. Anyway, so that's the update for this guy. Hope everyone has a good week. It's a Thursday here. It's hot in Phoenix. Stay cool, drink plenty of water. Have a good evening.